right?
Okay.
Did Bryce Johnson, now we're on to the over-unders. Did Bryce Johnson steal more or less than 30.5 bags? And see how I did that? I've living in a gambling town. I put the 0.5 in there so you can't get a tie. That I know how that works.
So if he steals 30 bags, he probably needs to get upwards of 400 to 500 ABs. Can he get 500 ABs on this team? I'm going to say no, but if you would have said, is he going to like lead baseball in like steal bases stolen efficiency or something, I might have said yes, because he looks really smart out there. He looks good with his jumps. Like when I saw him play, my first thought was, okay, he's not going to hit the ball harder than you or I in a game when we were younger. But
No.
this dude was like a kid in a candy store with this green light of being ready to run. He was so ready to run on every single pitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is the guy that they need to find a spot for. Can he play every day? That's going to depend on whether or not he can hit. And I don't think anybody sees lasers coming off of that bat, unfortunately. But who knows? Like maybe he can put some stuff together, and all of a sudden this is a really good season for him, and then he can get those ABs. I just don't see him getting 400 ABs in this season.
Well, and don't forget, he did hit over 300 in AAA last year. I know it's AAA, doesn't always, translate.
Can we get Ramos to take some tips from him?
Yeah.
If we get Ramos to 300, this dude's playing left field.
Ramos was sitting there watching him most of the year last year. They're playing in the same dang outfield. So I don't know why some of that didn't rub off on him. And I said, yes, he's going more than 30.5 steals.
He's the perfect Brad Evans player. That's who he is.
Exactly. And I'm willing that to happen. But I think he only needs 250 at-bats to do it. Wow. And the reason I think so is because the Giants are going to play a different game this coming season. You just need somebody to you need Jock Peterson to get a knock, right? 7th inning, Bryce Johnson, your pinch runner, steal second, steal
and you're
third.
Playing defense, yeah.
And now he's your defensive center fielder for the next 2 innings. So I don't think he needs 400 at-bats. I think he's going to be pinch runner du jour. I think he's going to be in scoring position quite a bit because they're going to want him to steal second late in a ball game, tie up the game, get in a situation too where maybe he can take the last at bat in the bottom of the 9th inning, and then be in a tie ball game. Nothing happens. He's now your ghost runner at second base to start the next inning. Can he steal third? I think there's going to be a lot more situations for him to get stolen bases. So I'm going north of 30.5. That's my answer on that one.
And what was the other thing I was just going to? Oh, fantasy baseball. Now the stolen base category in fantasy baseball becomes a little bit more interesting because in the past 10 years, if you just wanted to win that category every week in a head-to-head, you and I in our league, we play rotisserie, but still, you only really needed one guy who could steal bags, and then that category is yours. So it'll be a lot more competitive now in your fantasy baseball leagues for that stolen base category.
Yeah, and we have our draft tomorrow night in my long-running league that I've been running since, I think, 98, 97, 98.
That's insane.
Like that. Yeah, so that's tomorrow night, and I don't know what to do when it comes to steals. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to just have to GM the crap out of my team as the season goes on.
I mean, Trey Turner probably bumps up, 5 or 10 slots from where he would have been drafted last year. So,
and I think in the draft slot where I'm going to be, whoever takes Trey Turner, I'm going to get Acuna Jr. or vice versa. So I'm very excited about that because I'm going to have one of like the marquee players.
Yeah.
But does Bryce Johnson find a spot on fantasy teams like deep league 12 team fantasy or 12-team fantasy leagues, does he find a spot on those teams? You plug him in as a utility player, as a fourth outfielder. This is going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to the stolen base coming back. I'm looking forward to small ball coming back, maybe some bunts, pitch outs, cat and mouse. Because it's gotten boring over the last 10 years, I think.
Station to station,
It's
home
station to
runs.
station. It's just, yeah, exactly. Yeah. The 3-run home run. Oh, great. And then the next 3 guys strike out. 1, 2, 3. So, yeah.